Hey y'all, it's another Wreath Making Wednesday. And if you're new here, welcome to Brooke's DIY Wreaths and Home Decor, where I show you how to create wreaths and other home decor crafts. Today I'll be showing you how to create a beautiful, high quality farmhouse Christmas wreath on a grapevine wreath base. Let's get to it.
Before we get started, here's a list of materials you'll need to complete this project. All the products you'll see today I purchased from my local Hobby Lobby, and I'll have links to each of these items shown in the description of this video so you can make it yourself. To start, I always turn on my hot glue tool. This time it'll be on a high temp setting, and while that's heating up, I'll set up my workspace. You definitely don't have to do this, but I find it helpful to stay organized and know where all my materials are. I'm just grabbing a few extra hot glue sticks just in case I need them. I used Gorilla Glue branded hot glue for all temperatures. In my opinion, it is by far the best holding hot glue. I've tried a lot of other brands and they just don't work the same. I've got my favorite wire cutters here, and I've got a 14-inch grapevine wreath that I got from Hobby Lobby as well. I've got some flocked fern leaves here. This was actually bought as a 6-foot garland, and I used the wire cutters to snip it into smaller pieces. I do this so I can have more control of my placement. I've also got some golden berries. They were 60% off, so I got them for 80 cents each. And last but not least, for the main focal point of my wreath, I've got this beautiful dusty rose poinsettia. It's so soft and high quality. Once setup is done, I really like to plan out how I'm going to place my greenery onto the wreath before I hot glue any of the pieces down. This grapevine wreath is wider on one side, so I'll actually use that to my advantage and place the poinsettia flower in the middle of that widest part. Right now, I'm just trying to find the sweet spot to place the poinsettia. And I think I'll place these golden berries, one stem on each side of the poinsettia. Now that I know exactly where I place the flower, I'll go ahead and take my wire cutters and snip off a good amount of the stem, just enough where I can still keep it a little curved and be able to hot glue it down into the wreath, but not long enough where it's going to stick outside of the back of the wreath. I'm going to be placing the poinsettia stem right underneath that thicker stem on the wreath to make sure it'll hold really well. And I'm using that to kind of bend the stem of the poinsettia in place so it will fold really well and blend with the wreath. I'll give you guys a close up in just a moment. You'll want to make sure to curve your stem slightly, just like this. And then once you've got your stem the way you need it, just go ahead and dab your hot glue onto the stem directly, and then we'll place it along the grain of the grapevine wreath. Want to make sure to use enough hot glue to get a pretty good hold. Again, I'm going to be placing the poinsettia stem right underneath that thicker stem on the wreath to make sure it'll hold really well. You'll want to put some light pressure for a moment while the glue is solidifying. Now I'll go ahead and trim the stems of the golden berries. You'll want to make sure to bend the remaining length of the stem just slightly so the berries will form around the wreath nicely. Place your hot glue on the length of the stem of your berries. When you're placing the berries, make sure the poinsettia overlaps them This just helps hide the stems. I'm placing the berries to point outward from the wreath so they will match up well with the fern leaves that I'll put on soon. Now I'll just repeat the same thing with the second berry stem on the opposite side of the poinsettia. Now I'll go in with my fern pieces. Keep watching to see the gorgeous end result. I have some fern leaves here that just have a single leaf, and then I have some that have 2 or 3 leaves together. So I'm just sorting those out right now. We're going to start placing our fern leaves beginning under the poinsettia so that it is overlapping the first set of leaves. So you'll want to make sure to start with a piece that has 2 fern leaves. I'm going for a nice full looking wreath. So to achieve that, I'll place my fern pieces in different directions around the wreath. Some will go towards the outside, some towards the inside, and some covering the middle. Place some hot glue on the back side of your stem and place along the grain of your grapevine wreath. It's also important to layer the pieces to overlap slightly to create a full coverage of the greenery. You can place more hot glue on the stem if need be to ensure a better hold.
think about this beautiful, high quality farmhouse Christmas wreath? Y'all, I just love the end result. Look at the quality of the materials on this wreath. Isn't it just gorgeous? I love it. If you were to buy this in store, you'd easily pay $80+ for this. But I got all the materials on sale this time. So the total cost was about 20 bucks and the total time took about 25 minutes to make. So super quick and easy and very reasonable cost. If you like this DIY idea and want to see more ideas, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. My platform is continuously growing right now, and your support is extremely appreciated by me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back next Wednesday with an all-new wreath for us to make. Until next time, bye!